Meet the 23 black billionaires in the world in 2025. From modest millions to mega fortunes and the stories behind them. So, you want to be rich? Let's be honest, we all dream about money. Some dream small. I just want to pay rent on time. Others dream medium. One day I'll buy a Tesla. And then there's the people on this list who dream on a scale so massive their bank accounts have commas in places the average person doesn't even know commas could go. These are not your everyday rich folks. Nope, these are billionaires, the rare 0.000003% of humanity who could wake up tomorrow, buy a small island, rename it after their pet, and still have enough left over to casually purchase a football team. And we're not just talking about billionaires in general. We're talking about the black billionaires of 2025, the movers, the shakers, the empire builders who prove that not only can you break glass ceilings, you can melt the entire building down and rebuild it in gold. So grab your popcorn and maybe your vision board because we're counting down the 23 black billionaires in the world in 2025. From the just made it billionaires to the don't even bother checking my balance billionaires. Number 23, Sheila Johnson, $1 billion. Source of wealth, cable TV, hotels. Citizenship, US. Sheila Johnson is basically the human version of the word multi-hyphenate. She co-founded BET, yes, the channel that gave us 106 on Park, endless reruns of Martin, and all the Medea movies you could handle, before cashing out and moving into luxury resorts and sports team ownership. When she's not redefining what it means to be a boss, she's living proof that billionaires don't always come from Silicon Valley or oil fields. Sometimes they come from cable TV and hospitality. Also, fun fact, she's the first African-American woman to own or partner in 3 professional sports teams. Number 22, Harriet Tabuteau, $1.1 billion. Source of wealth, healthcare. Citizenship, US. Healthcare isn't exactly the sexiest industry on paper until you realize it's one of the fastest ways to stack billions. Harriet Tabuteau is the founder of Axum Therapeutics, a company that develops treatments for central nervous system disorders. Translation, he's making money and saving lives. And unlike your cousin who sells wellness teas on Instagram, Tabuteau's products are backed by actual science. Respect. Number 21, Michael Lee Chen, $1.15 billion. Source of wealth, mutual funds. Citizenship, Canada. Michael Lee Chen made his fortune by investing in mutual funds, which is ironic because most of us invest in mutual funds and then check our account balance like, why does it still look the same? Born in Jamaica and raised in Canada, he's a perfect example of someone who understood early on that wealth isn't always made by inventing something new. Sometimes it's about smartly managing and growing money. Number 20, Strive Masiawe, $1.2 billion. Source of wealth, telecom. Citizenship, Zimbabwe. In Zimbabwe, Strive Masiawe built EchoNet Wireless from scratch during a time when trying to launch a private telecom company was like trying to sell ice in Antarctica. He fought legal battles, went against government giants, and came out on top. Now he's Africa's telecom king, connecting millions of people while collecting billions in the process. Number 19, Lebron James, $1.3 billion. Source of wealth, basketball. Citizenship, US. LeBron isn't just a basketball player. He's a brand, a movie star, a philanthropist, and a guy who somehow manages to spend millions on his body every year and still never gets old. From the decision to opening the I Promise school in Ohio, he's shown that being rich isn't enough. You've got to give back too. Oh, and Space Jam 2? Let's not talk about that. Number 18, Mohammed Ibrahim, $1.32 billion. Source of wealth, communications. Citizenship, UK. Mo Ibrahim made his fortune in mobile communications across Africa, proving that the biggest opportunities sometimes exist in places the rest of the world overlooks. And instead of retiring to sip martinis, he's now focused on improving governance across the continent through the Mo Ibrahim Foundation. Billionaire with a cause? We love to see it. Number 17. Rihanna, $1.4 billion. Source of wealth? Music, cosmetics. Citizenship, Barbados. If you think Rihanna's billionaire status comes from music alone, nah. She hasn't dropped an album in years. The real bag came from Fenty Beauty, the makeup brand that broke the industry with inclusive shades for every skin tone. She's proof that sometimes the smartest business move is to leave fans begging for music while you build an empire in the background. Number 16. Tiger Woods, $1.42 billion. Source of wealth? Golf. Citizenship, US. Tiger didn't just change golf, he made it cool. He dominated the sport for decades, racking up titles and endorsement deals like they were nothing. Sure, his career had its scandals, but the man bounced back harder than a golf ball on concrete. Now his wealth is just as impressive as his trophy collection. Number 15. Tyler Perry, $1.43 billion. Source of wealth? Movies, television. Citizenship, US. Tyler Perry went from living in his car to owning a massive film studio in Atlanta that's bigger than Disney's, literally. His Medea franchise alone has pulled in hundreds of millions of dollars, and his studio is now used by Marvel and other Hollywood giants. The moral of the story? Never underestimate a man with a wig, a dress, and a dream. Number 14. Tope Awatona, $1.45 billion. Source of wealth? Software. Citizenship, US. Tope Awatona is the man behind Calendly, the scheduling app that's now used by millions of people worldwide. Imagine building a billion-dollar company just by helping people stop sending "what time works for you" emails. Sometimes genius is in simplicity. Number 13. Femi Otedola, $1.5 billion. Source of wealth? Energy, utilities. Citizenship, Nigeria. In Nigeria, Femi Otedola isn't just a billionaire. He's a household name, part businessman, part pop culture figure. His fortune was built through ventures in energy and utilities, powering homes and industries across the country. But his influence stretches far beyond boardrooms and oil rigs. Otedola is known for his philanthropy, often stepping in to support causes ranging from education to healthcare. And when it comes to living the good life, he's no stranger to the finer things: luxury yachts, high-end real estate, and cars that could make a supercar collector jealous. If you see a fleet of Ferraris cruising through the streets of Lagos, chances are his name will come up in the conversation. Femi Otedola is proof that business acumen and star power can go hand in hand. Number 12. Magic Johnson, $1.58 billion. Source of wealth? Basketball, investments. Citizenship, US. Magic didn't just dribble a ball, he dribbled his way straight into the upper leagues of business. After dazzling fans with the Showtime Lakers in the 80s, he swapped no-look passes for no-look business deals, building a portfolio that would make Wall Street veterans nod in respect. He's owned movie theaters, dozens of Starbucks franchises, and carved out a spot in the sports ownership world with stakes in teams like the Los Angeles Dodgers. His secret? Taking the same energy, vision, and team-first mentality from the court and applying it to the boardroom. Magic went from lighting up the NBA scoreboard to lighting up his bank account. And in both arenas, he's always been the one to watch.
Number 11. Adebayo Ogunlesi, $2.2 billion. Source of wealth? Private equity. Citizenship? Nigeria. Ever flown into London Gatwick Airport? You've basically given Adebayo Ogunlesi money. His company, Global Infrastructure Partners, owns stakes in major airports around the world. He's proof that airports aren't just for departures and arrivals, they're also for billion-dollar deposits. Number 10. Jay-Z, $2.5 billion. Source of wealth? Music. Citizenship? US. From Marcy Projects to music mogul, Jay-Z's empire spans music, fashion, alcohol brands, and sports management. The man didn't just make it out, he made it big. And with Beyoncé by his side, he's basically part of the closest thing Earth has to a royal family.
Number 9.
Oprah Winfrey, $3 billion. Source of wealth? TV shows. Citizenship? US. Oprah's journey is legendary. From a poor childhood to becoming the most influential talk show host in history. She turned You Get a Car into a cultural moment, built a media empire, and inspired millions. And she still somehow makes you feel like she's your best friend. Number 8. Patrice Motsepe, $3.2 billion. Source of wealth? Mining. Citizenship? South Africa. Patrice Motsepe built his fortune in mining, becoming South Africa's first black billionaire. But he's also deeply involved in philanthropy and sports, serving as president of the Confederation of African Football. The man mines for gold and also mines for talent. Number 7. Michael Jordan, $3.5 billion. Source of wealth? Charlotte Hornets and endorsements. Citizenship? US. Michael Jordan isn't just the greatest basketball player of all time, he's also one of the greatest brand builders. Between Nike's Air Jordan empire and smart investments, MJ's net worth keeps soaring, proving that the real GOAT status comes with a dollar sign. Number 6. Abdul Samad Rabiu, $5.1 billion. Source of wealth? Cement, sugar. Citizenship? Nigeria. Abdul Samad Rabiu turned cement and sugar, two of the least glamorous industries, into a multi-billion-dollar empire. The man literally built wealth from the ground up. Number 5. Mike Adenuga, $6.8 billion. Source of wealth? Telecom, oil. Citizenship? Nigeria. Known as Nigeria's second richest man, Mike Adenuga owns Globacom, one of the largest telecom companies in Africa, and has massive oil interests. If Dangote is the king of cement, Adenuga is the sultan of cell towers. Number 4. Alexander Karp, $8.4 billion. Source of wealth? Software. Citizenship? US. Alexander Karp is the CEO of Palantir Technologies, a data analytics company with government contracts worth billions. He's the tech genius who prefers staying out of the spotlight, which is ironic considering his company helps others find information about everyone else. Number 3. Robert F. Smith, $10.8 billion. Source of wealth? Private equity. Citizenship? US. Robert F. Smith isn't just in the business of making money, he's in the business of making moves. As the founder and CEO of Vista Equity Partners, he built one of the most successful private equity firms in the world, specializing in software companies that quietly run the backbone of global business. His portfolio is basically a hidden army of tech solutions you've probably used without even knowing it. But Robert Smith isn't only known for his business acumen. In 2019, he made headlines and history when he stood on stage at Morehouse College's commencement and announced he was paying off the entire graduating class's student debt. That's not just generosity, that's billionaire swagger. Imagine waking up the next day realizing your biggest financial burden had just been vaporized. From growing up in a middle-class Denver neighborhood to becoming the richest black man in America before a certain Nigerian cement mogul took the global crown, Robert F. Smith's journey is a masterclass in vision, precision, and knowing when to bet big.
Number 2. David Stewart, $11.4 billion. Source of wealth? IT provider. Citizenship? US. David Stewart is living proof that you can start small and still end up running with the giants. He built worldwide technology from the ground up, transforming it into one of the largest Black-owned companies in the United States, delivering cutting-edge IT services to Fortune 500 corporations and even government agencies that don't mess around. When he launched the company in 1990, he had just 7 employees, the kind of headcount you could fit around a single table at your local diner.
Today, WWT employs thousands across multiple continents, pulling in billions in revenue every year. His journey wasn't without its struggles. Stewart once faced financial hardship so intense that he had to skip his own paycheck to make sure his team got paid. Now he's not only in the Billionaire Club, he's also a quiet philanthropist, investing in education and opportunities for underserved communities. From a handful of staff to a global tech powerhouse, David Stewart's story is the ultimate started from the bottom, now we hear anthem, only with more of servers, data centers, and government contracts. Number 1. Aliko Dangote, $23.9 billion. Source of wealth, cement, sugar. Citizenship, Nigeria. If Billionaires had a boxing league, Aliko Dangote would be the undisputed heavyweight champ, walking into the ring with a cement bag in one hand and a cube of sugar in the other. For over a decade, he's reigned supreme as the richest man in Africa, and he's not just wealthy, he's dangote wealthy. His empire is built on the literal foundations of Africa, cement that constructs cities and sugar that sweetens millions of cups of tea daily. In Nigeria, people joke that if Dangote accidentally drops a $100 bill, it's not worth his time to bend down and pick it up. Honestly, they might be right. This is a man whose small change could fund entire government projects. But here's the thing. Dangote's fortune didn't just appear overnight. He started trading commodities in the late 70s, hustling rice, sugar, and cement before going all in on production. Today, his conglomerate, Dangote Group, is one of Africa's most powerful and influential companies, with operations across 10+ countries. He's also not shy about thinking big. His multi-billion-dollar oil refinery project is set to transform Nigeria's energy landscape. The man literally builds industries while the rest of us are still figuring out how to build IKEA furniture without crying. Your move, future billionaire. And there you have it. 23 people who've turned vision, hustle, and smart decisions into fortunes so large they could buy the whole block and not even notice the dent in their bank account. What do they have in common? Relentless drive, bold ideas, and the ability to turn opportunities into empires. Now it's your turn. Maybe you won't be the next Dangote or Rihanna, but you could start your own journey today. Who knows, in a few years, I might be writing about you. So dream big, hustle harder, and remember, even billionaires start somewhere. If you loved this countdown, smash that like button, subscribe for more, and share this with someone who needs a little billionaire inspiration.